Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, after Tuesday's election, it's now official. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are their presumptive nominees. They have secured enough electors after the primary. Hawaii, Washington put Trump over the top. But Mississippi, Georgia, Hawaii, and Washington all voted, and they both won. You can't make this up. You know who's running Haiti right now? A guy named Barbecue. A gang leader named Barbecue. This is like that old movie that I love called in New York City called The Warriors, where all the gangs tried to unite. Well, Barbecue's apparently the head of all the gangs. They're going to unite, and they've taken over Haiti. All that money people put down in Haiti. All the corruption in Haiti. Haiti's still corrupt, now ran by gangs. All right, ransomware. Guess who's the number one target? Hospital, corporate health care. Does that shock you? Doesn't shock me. Putin's body double. Now, I don't know if this is serious or not, but apparently he's got something called spreading face. And you got to have urgent surgery for it. Has anybody ever had spreading face? I've never heard of this before. Spreading face. Ken Buck, Republican congressman, is going to resign. He's out of there. He ain't waiting around. 13 years of Hunter Biden's AT&T phone records are getting subpoenaed. Can you imagine? China apparently sends us some wheat. They're withholding shipments of wheat. They're going to try to starve us now. Buy all the farmland. Don't send us the wheat. Let us starve. What are the cereal companies going to do? There's a new hypersonic plane that apparently can make it to New York and London in an hour. What do you think about that, Jamie? RFK Jr. made the news yesterday by saying he's considering Aaron Rodgers for his vice president pick. Also, Jesse Ventura. But no word whether Aaron Rodgers would actually accept this. You know, he could accept it, still play football. It'd be kind of great. Candace Owens says she's betting her whole reputation, her whole career on the fact that Macron, the French prime minister, that his wife is, in fact, former prime minister, is, in fact, can't make this up, a man. She believes it. She believes all of it. We'll have to see. All right. Fonnie Willis. The decision's coming this week. Drum roll, please. China. Our military is apparently getting more and more concerned about how aggressive they are. Really? Purging the RNC. Lara Trump and I think the guy's name's Wheatley took over the RNC as co-chairs, and they immediately purged 60 RNC staff. I guarantee you, those are all anti-Trump establishment folks. Trump's taken over the RNC. NAACP says you should not go to a school in Florida if you're a black university, based upon things that DeSantis is doing. January the 6th. Trump says, well, the first thing he's going to do is pardon everybody. We'll see about that. By the way, I misspoke before. Macron, it's actually the current prime minister. February inflation, way up. Consumer price index. Well, I thought it was supposed to be going down. And you can't make this up. The New York Fire Department is freaking disciplined. Those firefighters, they can prove, booed the Attorney General. Firefighters don't have First Amendment right to boo. Yesterday, Robert Hur testified at the House, and it was a joke. It was an absolute joke. You know, this guy, okay, proved that Biden mishandled all these documents, but we're not going to file charges based upon him being an old geezer. The conclusion, you can't make this up, Biden is too old to be prosecuted, but he's okay to run our country. I mean, it's insane. The things that we are asked to accept, deal with, listen to, makes your head explode. Makes your head explode. This guy here is a mangled, fusty flirt-gill. Insult of the day from Shakespeare. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, local news. Last night, There was a shooting at the Boone County Library, apparently between a tow truck or somebody getting towed. I don't know who shot who first. Somebody's been taken to the hospital. But I always want to tell you something, folks. The day's going to come when terrorism's going to hit. Drug cartels going to hit the tri-state. Plain and simple. Shooting at the Boone County Library. These two folks right here are being charged with drug trafficking out of Warren County. They watch too many shows of like the Breaking Bad and everything else. Thought they could get away with it. Nah, baby. Now look at that one guy. He's like, hey, man, I'm a badass drug dealer. Now you're going to prison for the rest of your life. Kid took a gun to Winton Woods High School. Always a bad thing to do. Unbelievable. In local news, St. Patrick's Day Parade is this weekend in Cincinnati. I used to go to that when I was at Thomas More College, and we have a float and everything else. Some good memories, the old St. Patrick's Day Parade. Jamie does not like St. Patrick's, I guess. John Lomax, may he rest in peace. Good guy. However, I'm not going to speak ill of the dead, but all I got to tell you about news anchors, reading the news from a teleprompter your entire life ain't a life. All right, Morgan Gilvin is a hero. I'm proud of this young lady. This is the lawsuit that was filed, got a lot of local press attention yesterday. Filed, had to resign her job as an art teacher at Holmes High School because it is not safe. I received a phone call from Amber Smith, who is the mother of the deceased child. Drake Law is going to be filing a lawsuit on her behalf as well. If you are someone who has faced violence at Holmes High School, email me at eric@ericdeters.com or text me at 859-250-2527. In Kentucky news, Tanya Fogel, I'm going to come to her defense. She was the Lexington City Councilwoman that got arrested. You know where she was? She was in a cell phone store complaining about her bill, probably getting mistreated, and she let them have it. Got too loud, they called the police. She got mad at the police. How many of us have not experienced that? You go, girl. Give them hell. Kentucky legislature, they're going to be wrapping up soon, passing a lot of bills, including school choice. I think it's House Bill 2. One of the last things that's going to be coming out of the legislature. House Bill 2 is going to let us vote on whether our tax dollars should be used for private schools. We'll see what happens. In Ohio news, the sheriff's race in Hamilton County keeps heating up. You know who I'm for. I'm for the old guy, old Sheriff Neal. Hope he wins. And DeWine has endorsed Dolan. Trump's endorsed Marino. DeWine endorsed Dolan. Guess who DeWine hasn't endorsed? Donald Trump. Man, we had a chance to take out DeWine, and we didn't. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Don't be a mangled, fusty flirt gill like Mike DeWine.
Hello, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley. Today's headlines. Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry has announced his resignation amongst mounting pressure and escalating violence in the country. Henry currently stranded in Puerto Rico due to armed gang interference. A Russian Tu-76 military cargo plane crashed shortly after takeoff from an airfield northeast of Moscow. The defense ministry reported that the crash, which occurred in the Ivanovo region, involved 8 crew members and 7 passengers. An engine fire during takeoff is suspected to be the cause of the crash, which took the plane around 200 kilometers east of Moscow. In other news, a man and woman have been arrested on suspicion of fraud and the obstruction of an unlawful burial after police discovered 34 bodies at a funeral home in Humberside, England. Humberside police initiated an investigation into Legacy Independent Funeral Directors in Hull following concerns raised by members of the public about the handling of deceased individuals. And a setback for Japan's private space industry. Space One Curious rocket exploded shortly after liftoff in western Japan. The rocket burst into flames, emitting a large fume of smoke and scattering debris near the launch pad. Tokyo-based Space One was aiming to become Japan's first private company to successfully launch a satellite into orbit. That's the latest deadlines. Until tomorrow, cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. First story, Kenny Payne and University of Louisville lost North Carolina State in the first round of the ACC. I just want to say this about Kenny Payne. Good guy, good coach. Not everybody's a good head coach. This comes up all the time. Good assistant, not a good head coach. Football, basketball, you name it. Kenny Payne's not meant to be head coach, in my opinion. Darryl Strawberry suffered a heart attack. He is recovering. They're going to retire his number soon in the New York Mets. UC plays Kansas today. Go UC Bearcats. Kansas got a few players hurt. The Campbell County Camels won the 8th region on a buzzer beater. Wow. They're headed to Rupp Arena. Simon Kenton lost in the 10th region to Spencer County. I'm a Simon Kenton Pioneer supporter, okay? I can't believe that Simon Kenton, under Trent Steiner, even moving to the 10th region, which is weaker than the 9th, folks, has never made it to Rupp. Newport, they held off Cooper even though their star guard, one of the top players in the state, got hurt in the first minute. But they battled Cooper and won the 9th region. 22 million. I got some fun with this. This guy stole $22 million from the Jaguars. He got sentenced to 3 years. Now, my question to my crack producer, Sabrina, and my crack mate, good old Jamie Spindley, is this. Would either one of you, or any of you out there in TV land,
Maybe.
do 3 years for $22 million?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah, definitely.
You know you got the 22 mil?
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
That 3 years will go so quick.
I think you would. And what a silver lining at the end. So that's the question for today. Would you do 3 years for $22 million? All right, Jordan. Got this story. It's pretty cool. Jordan has won more trophies than LeBron and Bryant combined. Like MVP trophies, Player of the Year, all those things. Greatest ever? MJ. Nick Saban testified in Washington, D.C. before a committee, and he says he believes that the players should get some money. They should not become employees. But the rate it's going, it's free agency. There is. College football now has free agency. He's right. Kobe, the big statue, has some typos in the plaque they got to correct. These things happen. People get all, woo. It'll be all right. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Well, Lil Wayne apparently picked up like $9 million of government funds during COVID. What? Lil Wayne might be in trouble. Lenny Kravitz got his Walk of Fame on Hollywood yesterday. His star, his daughter Zoe, and Tatum. Is it Tatum? I always get this mess. Is it Tatum Channing or Channing Tatum?
I think it's Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. We're both there on, look, Lenny Kravitz, baby. My wife has a thing for Lenny Kravitz. There's only been 3 generals in American history that were 6-star generals. Their names, Grant, Pershing, and Washington. I'm reading Washington's biography. Guess what Washington named his greyhound dog when he was president?
Winston.
Cornwallis.
Walls.
I swear to God, who is true. He named his dog Cornwallis.
Come on, Cornwallis.
True story. Amy Schumer had her uterus removed and she bronzed it. She's a freak. 1 almond a day is what the actor who played Oppenheimer, Thomas Shelby, from Pinky Blinders, he ate 1 almond a day. How the hell do you live on 1 almond a day? Could you eat 2 almonds a day be okay? I would think. All right, this is a funny story, limb lengthening. This guy went from 5'9" to 6'1", and he wants to continue to 6'3". Some kind of way they lengthen your limbs. I don't know how they're doing it or whatever, but you can have this surgery. And he's made himself 6'1". He wants to go to 6'3". Again, if you had the money, Jamie, Sabrina, would you have this procedure done?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Not for $3 million.
It just doesn't make sense to me. You got to accept who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. All you short people like me, I mean, I'm 5'7.5", although I always say I'm 5'7" instead of 5'8". 5'7.5". Short people live longer. Just the way it is. All right, I caught this story. 13 folds in the American flag is what they do. Now, there's no question. I mean, this has to go back to the American colonies. So funny in reading George Washington's biography. During the Revolutionary War, as his president, before his presidency, he got so tired of going into towns and having to deal with 13 gun salutes, 13 this, 13 that, 13 cannons. It was like everything was 13, 13, 13. Well, there's 13 folds in the American flag. Now, those of you that think it was okay, I think we ought to make this a bit. Those of you that think it's okay to kneel during the national anthem when the flag's waving, these are what the 13 folds mean right there on that picture. Symbol of life, belief in eternal life, remembrance of the departing veteran, represents trust in God, tribute to country, allegiance to flag, tribute to armed forces, honor of mother, tribute to womanhood, tribute to father. Lower portion of the deal of King David and King Solomon represents emblem of eternity, reminder in God we trust motto. I love our flag and the traditions around it. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Be an oracle, not a mangled, fusty, flirt-gill jackwagon.